coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Oklahoma City Bison. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Oklahoma City team as they interplay here. It's been all systems going this first month. They're off to a 4-0 start.
And it's got folks believing that this is a team that's built to go all the way. You can't win the Super Bowl in September, but they're telling everyone that they're going to be there in the end.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Eagles, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's 2nd down.
It's 2nd down.
Throwing is Hurts. Left side here to Sanders. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. So out comes the offense now with a long field ahead of them. At a glance at the man under center at 6'5", he always demands attention.
It's a pretty bland game he had last time out. Ended up throwing 1 interception. Didn't have a touchdown to offset it. But the team found a way to win. He found a way to lean on other parts of the offense that carried them through.
They'll run for the first time with Saquon Barkley. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Barkley the ball.
Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
We often talk about understanding the playbook, understanding progressions, and understanding what the defense is doing. We saw all of that on that play. Great recognition and understood where his running back was going to be. Found a way to have him leak out underneath, hit him with the football, and they picked up the 1st down.
Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward.
6-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Jones gives this out to Saquon Barkley. Jones 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
A gain of 5.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that.
Like that?
Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, grab that dagger play, grab that play and just finish them off right now, because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Jones is going to put it in the hands of Barkley on the option. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, Jones. A throw for Galladay is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
They'll take over first and 10.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. The numbers for him from a week ago: 6 catches, 52 yards.
And most teams mark down big plays as ones that gain 10 yards or more. He certainly has big playability, and we just saw it on display.
On first down, Hurts. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line.
A gain of 12.
We're scoreless after 1.
That's the end of the first quarter with no score.
Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a first and 10. Hurts going to take this himself. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage.
And the pressure gets to him again.
Shaquem Griffith. Jalen Hurts.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
His kick is good. Makes the score Eagles 3.
So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal. So
maybe now the mentality changes in this game, because anytime you get to the red zone and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
But the focus shifts back to Daniel Jones and company, and he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. Let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8. At the 20.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be taken down right around the 27.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Throwing, Jones, sliding out of the pocket. Now he'll let it go deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Got a man, Slayton. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. The sack there by Brandon Graham, coming in and bringing it down to the ground. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain, 3-0 our score. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
And the throw there going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. And some room to roam now. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
AC.
Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. From the gun, it's Hurts. He may try and run for this. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Open man, Arcega-Whiteside. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Escaping the pressure right. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. So we've reached intermission here in a low-scoring game. 7-3 is our score. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. We'll get our tour started out at venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. And it's the Bears who have the lead. The Bears trying to finish that one off and claim victory. Next, we head off to check out another game. And it was the visiting San Francisco 49ers that come in and get the victory. 28-7, your final score. Finally, we'll save the biggest for last as we head to AT&T Stadium to see what's happening with the Cowboys at home in Arlington. And that one all tied against the visiting Saints. Meanwhile, in our game, not a lot of offense to go around. 7-3 is our score. Will we see things open up in the second half? To find out, we get it back to our guys in the booth, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Taken about 7 yards deep. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The OKC offense ready to set up shop again. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. But he will take this down to the 10-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this 3rd quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive...
And this is caught. Dallas got it. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And once again, the Eagles are back out in front.
Son of a... Oh, leaky, leaky.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will make it into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First down and 10. At their own 22-yard line.
The OKC offense ready to set up shop again. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, turn it into effectiveness. Just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
They want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes him back a little bit of an apology on that one.
And again this time to the tailback. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Defensively, it was Avonte Maddox with a tackle.
Oh, That's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going. And then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
He'll run it. He'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
That's a tremendous group effort there because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. They keep it with Barkley on first down. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Operating from the gun.
Jessel.
What's up?
I'm sorry I'm not talking that much. I'm in like a Zoom call.
You said what?
I said, sir, I'm sorry I'm not talking that much, but I'm in like a little Zoom call.
Oh, you're good.
Alright, I'll be back.
They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The 13 yards that time of the first. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 11 more on that one and another first down. From the gun, Jones. He'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And they've got it inside the 10 and the 8. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
And it gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
And his kick is indeed good, and that will knot us up at 10. So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
It's like you're going negative. Sounds like you're thinking 3 is just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes.
Well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you're thinking a 14-play drive, you get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can make dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 26. Sanders with a carry on first down as he picks his way forward for a gain of 5. 4 receivers to keep tabs on here. 3 of them to the right side on 2nd and 5. Welcome back, everybody, to Oklahoma City. Knotted up here at 10. That's our score as we begin quarter number 4. 2nd down. Here's Hurts. Stepping up. He's going to keep it. Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
How many times have we seen this late in the 4th quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push.
He's got a man complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. They got 29 yards that time. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Another run with Sanders. And He's got the first down inside the 10, and he gets it all the way down to the 3. The end result, 21 yards. A little bit of a breakdown there defensively, and the RPO turns into a big chunk play.
And when you think about running offense, the word comes to mind, assignment, right? Because you have to carry those out. But you have to play assignment football on defense, too, against a team that runs these RPOs, because everyone has to be in the right place. Who's getting the quarterback? Who's getting the running back? Who's covering the receivers? This would work quite well on that play.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Sets up to throw it. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. From 4 yards out. And the Eagles have moved out in front. Well, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern. And it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Elliott good on the extra point. And that makes it a 17-10 score. Returning it, John Ross. They take this near the 25. Just a little pass there to make the 26. At their own 26-yard line. The OKC offense ready to set up shop again. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. And he powers his way up past the 30. Number 14. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
On 3rd down, Barkley. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. To throw. Finds his tight end Ingram. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down.
That gets them the first down, but they've still got to move quickly here.
Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That one goes for 24 yards. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
The Eagles, 34-yard. They give this time to the tailback. And some room to work. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time. They almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete.
Down and 15.
third down. They turn to Sanders. And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Fielded at the 20. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards.
I'm a lead.
Now look at the offense as they take over. The OKC offense ready to set up shop again. They have a little bit of time here to get to field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now Jones. That's complete left side to Shepard. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A gain there of 30 big ones.
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller because he won that part of the chess match. But give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it.
And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
Leads to 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Throwing again. Jones. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interception. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick or fumbles the ball and gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
Now Ross to return.
They'll take over. First down and 10 at their own 16-yard.
The OKC offense ready to set up shop again. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers and freed up the D linemen to make the play.
And they need 5 yards on 3rd down here to keep this opening drive of OT alive. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
That's good.
Let's give them a credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 12 more yards for him there. It's a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time.
I thought it was helpful that maybe experienced all this
Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback
their online
just says,
stuff in their
"Hey,
face, so
let's
that's
go make a
someone I
play
can
for me. I
do
just
some
need
research
something
and
right
go to
here."
and ask for
And the
help.
end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. And he has another first down as he'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 41-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. A good start for him under center here in overtime, now 3 of 3.
And this is where you have to know who you have playing quarterback. You got a confident thrower right now, someone who's taking care of the ball, but not being timid as well, and is moving the team downfield. That opens up your playbook and allows you to dial up some big shots if you want them.
Yeah, and I actually, when I built those, I included those also on the thing that I sent you, because that, if you use that sheet that you sent out,
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. That's their 2nd and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
It's 4th down.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. We were just treated to an absolute dandy in this one. A great finish in overtime with a long field goal. Everybody, including us, on the edge of their seats. Quite a game.
And it's rare that you get a game into overtime, that it doesn't turn out to be a dandy, right? That's what we saw here. And just what you were talking about, a long field goal to win it. So definitely not a gimme. So there was tension all the way through until the ball went through the post.
But it did go through the post. Ice water was in his veins. So for Oklahoma City, that's now 5 wins on the campaign.